Hi everyone! Today I'm going to show you 2 different ways to make a fabulous two-tone rosette. I'm Susan. Welcome to Weekend Cupcakes. Okay, let's get right into it. Here's what we're going to need. 2 12-inch bags with 2D piping tips in each bag. And if you don't have a 2D, you can always use a 1M. Another 12-inch bag with some green frosting and a large leaf tip. I'm using a Color Mill 353. But you can also use a Wilton 366. And I made this with Americolors navy blue and lemon yellow. And I got 2 cupcakes, of course, 2 small spatulas and 1 offset spatula. And we'll need a dark color frosting. I'm using red, which I made with Wilton's No Taste Red. And I made this yesterday, so it's darker today. And we'll also need a light colored frosting. So this was made with Wilton's white coloring. And you're going to need a tall glass or container to hold your piping bag. And another helpful item is something to test the frosting colors before you pipe onto the cupcake. I'm using a small cutting board, but you can also use a plate, a bowl, or anything you have on hand. Last but not least, make sure to have plenty of paper towel to clean your piping tips when needed. Okay, let's start by folding down our bag. So the first technique is spreading the dark frosting around the inside edge of the bag and then putting the light frosting in the middle. Now, I'm going to place the bag in the glass. So I use the small spatula to place some dark frosting on the offset spatula. I find this is the easiest way to get a good amount of frosting on the offset spatula, and this will help you to spread the frosting in the bag. You really don't need a lot of frosting, just as long as you have a nice even coat all around. Just keep in mind that the more frosting you spread on the bag, the thicker the dark lines will be on your rosette. Try to get as close as you can to the piping tip, but you don't have to go all the way into it. Once you've spread the frosting on one section, you can add more frosting to your offset spatula and move on to another section. Keep doing this until you have frosting all around the inside of the bag. Before adding the light frosting, let's have one last look to patch up any missing or thin spots. Now use your other small spatula with the light colored frosting and place a big amount in the middle of the bag. Once you've done that, take the bag out of the cup and unfold it. Give the bag a good shake to make the light frosting drop further down. Now twist the bag real tight. Pipe a bit of frosting until you see both colors come out. Use a paper towel to clean the tip, and you're good to go. Make sure your bag is real tight. Start by holding the bag at a 90-degree angle in the middle of the cupcake. Touch the cupcake and squeeze the frosting out until it sticks to the surface. Then pull up, move to the side, and go around the center. So if you're going counterclockwise, it would be as if you're drawing a small E. You can also go clockwise. You'd just be drawing the letter E backwards. Continue working your way around and out towards the edge of the cupcake. Just take your time and go slow. When you come to the very edge, stop piping and pull away. Now to cover where the frosting ends, I'm going to pipe a couple of leaves. Make sure the pointy parts of the tip are at the top and bottom. Squeeze and let the frosting balloon out. Then slowly move away while you're still squeezing. When you get the size you want, release the pressure and pull away. Let's add another one. Beautiful. Now for the second technique. It's not as common, but it does have its merits, and you'll see why in a minute. We're just going to put 2 lines of dark frosting on opposite sides of the bag, and you can use the seams as a guide. And same as before, the white frosting will go in the middle. So once again, we're going to put the bag in the glass. I'm also using the same method as before with the 2 spatulas for the red frosting. We're just going to go right down that seam. Make sure it's spread evenly and not too thick. Now let's turn the cup around and do the same thing on the other seam. Have one last look to make sure everything is nice and even. Next, we'll place a big amount of light frosting in the middle of the bag. All right, let's take the bag out of the glass and unfold it. Once again, give the bag a good shake to lower the light frosting down. With this technique, you can actually see the light frosting, so you can also use your finger to push it down towards the tip. Now twist the bag real tight. This time, we have to make sure that the red is coming out on both sides. So we can see that right now, it's only coming out on one side. So let's squeeze a little bit more, and there we go. Now we have red on both sides. Using the same technique as before, I'm going to start in the middle of the cupcake at a 90-degree angle. So let's touch the cupcake and squeeze out the frosting. Then once it sticks, I'll draw my letter E going all the way around. Nice and slow. Once I get to the edge, I'm going to stop and pull away. And we'll finish it off with some leaves. So there you have the 2 techniques. This is the one that had the red all around the bag. It certainly has a lot more red than this one. Although this one looks pretty nice, even though it has a lot more white. So if you don't have a lot of dark frosting, but you want to make a 2-tone rosette, this is definitely a good option because it still looks very pretty. But this one is a more traditional 2-tone rosette, and the petals are certainly more defined. I don't know, I kind of like them both. Let me know in the comments which one you like. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Thanks for watching and happy baking!